Welcome to today's Explainer. Let's just dive right in. Today, we're taking a really close, compassionate look at something that's honestly incredibly common, but almost nobody talks about it. We're unpacking that crushing psychological burden of feeling like, well, a bad person, just because you can't seem to break out of your old habits. So, if you've ever felt totally disappointed in yourself, or just weighed down because you can't force yourself to be productive, stick around. You're in exactly the right place.
Are you tired of being yourself? We're going to start right off the bat by holding up a mirror to that heavy, sinking feeling. You know the one where no matter how many promises you make to yourself, you just keep sliding back into the exact version of yourself you are desperately trying to escape. It's this haunting sensation. You tell yourself, okay, this time I'll change. This time I'm going to be disciplined and finally get my life together. And yet, the follow-through, it's just not there.
It's a painfully familiar loop, right? So many of us get trapped right here. Step 1, you vow to get your life together. Step 2, 3 hours later, you're still escaping. You're binge-watching some show you didn't even mean to turn on, playing just one more game, or doing that endless doom scroll on your phone. And then hit Step 3, devastating guilt. You let all that shame slowly turn your reality into something unbearably heavy. It's like your physical body is awake, but your soul is just lying face down somewhere miles away.
Let's move into Section 1, the weight of guilt, and exactly how those old habits keep pulling on you.
You see, changing your life sounds absolutely beautiful in theory, until you realize that your old habits literally still live inside your body. It is honestly devastating how quickly our own minds can betray us. When the person you want to become feels impossibly far away from who you are right now, your brain starts whispering these awful, destructive thoughts. After just one single mistake or one lazy week, every tiny step backward feels totally catastrophic. One bad day turns into, maybe I'll never change. A lazy week becomes, I'm hopeless. And a single mistake spirals right into, I ruin everything.
But here is the absolutely crucial takeaway from this explainer. What you're experiencing right now, it likely isn't laziness at all. It is emotional exhaustion, and it's deeply disguised as self-hatred. The human mind is a strange thing. When we fail over and over, our brains actually start associating effort with pain. Eventually, just the act of trying becomes terrifying. It's not that you want to disappear, and it's definitely not that you don't care. It's actually that caring has started to hurt way too much. You just don't want to carry all that pressure anymore.
Moving on to Part 2, the Demon Slayer Mirror, and how it reflects our everyday struggles.
To help normalize this intense psychological battle, let's look at how the hit anime Demon Slayer captures this exact reality so perfectly. Take the character Zenitsu, for example. He resonates so deeply with fans because underneath his whole loud exterior, all the screaming and the comedy, he perfectly mirrors the secret anxieties we all carry around. He genuinely believes he's pathetic and weak. He's constantly comparing himself to others, and he completely panics about staying behind while everyone else is moving forward. And honestly, a whole lot of people secretly feel exactly the same way.
Because the true core of that story isn't about some absolute, unwavering fearlessness. It's actually about deeply exhausted individuals who choose to protect the tiny, fragile flame of hope they still have left inside them. And you know what? Maybe that's enough for you right now, too. You don't need to completely transform your entire life in a single week. You just need to protect that small flame inside you that still wants to try again someday.
All right, Section 3, Societal Expectations versus Human Reality, or simply put, why we are not machines.
So, let's contrast these quiet internal battles we fight with the incredibly harsh expectations pushed on us by the modern world. Modern hustle culture cruelly teaches us that our worth is totally tied up in how productive, disciplined, and optimized we are. But here's the reality check. Human beings are not machines. In this crazy world of maximizing everything, we get so obsessed with fixing ourselves that we completely forget to actually offer ourselves love while we try to heal.
We really need to fundamentally redefine what success looks like. We have to grant compassion to both sides of the spectrum here. Because for one person, sure, success might mean building a startup company. But for someone else, just surviving the night without falling apart, or simply managing to get out of bed in the morning is just as valid of a victory. Eating a real meal after skipping food for days, finally replying to that one text message, taking a shower, or literally just breathing your way through a difficult day, those are massive wins. We are all starting from completely different starting lines.
Which brings us to Section 4, taking one small step and learning how to rest without punishing yourself.
Keeping that softer, much more compassionate perspective in mind, let's rethink how we approach downtime. Look, if you don't feel like doing anything right now, maybe that is entirely okay. If you need to rest, go ahead and finish that Netflix series, beat that video game you've been stuck on, or just hang out and laugh with your friends. But here's the catch. You have to do it without punishing yourself. Because holding on to all that guilt about not being productive is actually causing you way more psychological damage than the simple act of taking a break. You probably aren't giving yourself nearly enough credit for how hard just surviving has been lately.
The truth is, you really do have time. The very first step toward changing your life is learning how to stop hating yourself while you're trying to change it. So when you are finally ready to take a small, totally unpunished step forward, please don't look at those uncomfortable growing pains as some kind of punishment. Instead, try treating your growth like a new world you're slowly exploring. Treat it like a video game you're just learning the controls for, music you're practicing, or a garden you're trying to grow. Starting is absolutely the hardest part, but remember, you aren't doing this to prove your worth to anyone else. You're doing it because there are beautiful things waiting for you on the other side.
Also, if your thoughts ever start feeling a little too loud, the creators of our source material for this explainer, Psych2Go, offer a really fantastic resource. They've put together a dedicated, entirely ad-free playlist of meditations and gentle, calming videos made specifically for people who are feeling emotionally overwhelmed. It's right there for you to just put on during those super heavy nights when you just need a bit of peace and quiet without any sudden interruptions.
So, as we wrap up this explainer today, I really want to remind you of one thing. Please don't be so hard on yourself just for having a hard time. You are not weak for feeling tired. It's time to drop the self-hatred, recognize how incredibly difficult surviving has been, and ask yourself one simple question. Will you give yourself permission to just begin again tomorrow? Keep that fragile flame of hope alive, and I'll catch you in the next one.